Hi, fourth graders. This is Miss Cohen coming to you from her home office. This is where I'll be teaching you from for part of the school year. It's for our safety, and it's a rainy Saturday morning. And that's the perfect time to tell you about this fabulous book that I read this summer entitled The Absolutely True Story of a Part-Time Indian. And by Indian, I mean Native American. This is a terrific book by Sherman Alexie. It won a National Book Award. And I would like to read the first couple pages to you so you get a taste of what it's like, and then you can take over from there because it's really, really good. All right, so here we go. The Absolutely True Story of a Part-Time Indian. That's the title page. Here we go. The first chapter is titled The Black Eye of the Month Club. I was born with water on the brain. Okay, so that's not exactly true. I was actually born with too much cerebral spinal fluid inside my skull. But cerebral spinal fluid is just the doctor's fancy way of saying brain grease. And brain grease works inside the lobes like car grease works inside an engine. It keeps things running smooth and fast, but weirdo me, I was born with too much grease inside my skull, and it got all thick and muddy and disgusting, and it only mucked up the works. My thinking and breathing and living engine slowed down and got flooded. My brain was drowning in grease, but that makes the whole thing sound weirdo and funny, like my brain was a giant French fry, but it's so much more serious and poetic and accurate to say I was born with water on the brain. Okay, so maybe that's not a very serious way to say it. Either way, maybe the whole thing is weird and funny. But geez, did my mother and father and big sister and grandma and cousins and aunts and uncles think it was funny when the doctors cut open my little skull and sucked out all the extra water with some tiny vacuum. I was only 6 months old and I was supposed to croak during the surgery. And even if I somehow survived the mini Hoover, I was supposed to suffer serious brain damage during the procedure and live the rest of my life as a vegetable. Well, obviously, I survived the surgery. I wouldn't be writing this if I didn't. And I have all sorts of physical problems that directly result from the brain damage. And I'm going to let you find out what all his problems are. This is a young boy who lives on an Indian reservation here in the United States. And as you know, those of you who have studied about the Native Americans, at one time, the Native Americans lived everywhere in the United States. But now they're only confined to reservations. And life is a little challenging. So I want you to read this book. I think it's really great. It was very funny. And I think you'll think so too. So enjoy.